Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and this is our final epic webinar. I'm going to cry. I'll miss all of you guys, but hopefully I'll get to work with you all on another project. So today, if you haven't already added your name and what agency you're from the in the chat pod, then please do that so that I can get the attendance on the notes today. And if you have some background noise, please mute yourself so that I don't have to mute everybody, because I would like to leave the microphones open today in case there's any questions. Otherwise, there was a little bit of background noise and I think it has gone away. So now we are looking at just 2 rows on the dashboard, and it is the completion status and the SNAP. Customers have been, there's eligibility has changed. It's not SNAP ineligible, but the eligibility has changed for the customers. And you may have already taken care of this from the time that I picked these numbers out. But under the completion status, when I pulled the list yesterday, all of those customers required the continuing into further education. They needed a document that you would get from your WIOA provider or from the community college or wherever they're going. If they're going to WIOA, you can upload the inquirement document. Somebody needs to mute their phone. Carolyn, you need to mute your phone. I'm sorry. So you can upload the inquirement document, and then you can upload the enrollment document from WIOA if you haven't gotten those yet. So work with your WIOA provider, because I believe all of these people were going on to WIOA programs. For the SNAP ineligible column, they're not necessarily ineligible. They may have been moved back to JPP, and you just have to update their information. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, so you don't have to do it quite right away. Under supportive services, Tammy sent out the spreadsheets last week. I know I got a call from Vaughn today, and she's all caught up. If you have caught everybody up, just send Tammy an email to let her know that it is updated either on the spreadsheet or in the customer's profile. Copy me on that email just so that we both know that you're done with everything, and we will make sure that all of that is going properly.
And just one comment to add to that, if you're adding it to the Excel spreadsheet, we need that back. So if you're doing it in the WorkNet system, that's great. Just let us know that it's completed in the system. But if you're adding that information to that Excel spreadsheet that I sent you, then please return that.
And we need it back by Friday, so that we can get that accomplished. Judith, if you need more time to enter the supportive services, you can do it in the spreadsheet and we'll get it entered for you. If you want to enter it on the customer's profiles, just let us know how much more time, so that then we can finally pull the report. Okay? All right. Performance benchmark attainment. Bill, okay, so Phalanx and a safe haven, make a note of that, Tammy. Performance and benchmark attainment. You all received the Excel spreadsheet that I created when Tammy sent you the performance reporting. Many of you received a document back from me with notes and changes that needed to be made if you wanted those customers to count. If you need an updated version of that spreadsheet, please let me know today, either in the chat, say I need a new benchmark, or send me an email to let me know. I will be pulling those and get them back to you by the 26th so that we can verify that everybody is reporting properly. Now, I understand there may be some people that are getting a job, and their retention will count up through, and I didn't get this into the notes, Tammy, if they get retention through May 24th, you can still enter that retention. So
That's correct. That's correct. That, and you know, if you have employment too, we can still honor that also. So if there's any employment and retention that's realized be before the 22nd of May
24th of May.
or 24th of May, yes.
All right. All right.
Hey guys,
so I will update the. Go ahead, Tammy.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Oh, who
Was there
had
somebody else that said something?
I think somebody else is
Maybe
talking.
there should have been background noise.
Yeah, they didn't mute themselves. Okay, so now staffing report survey, you all should have gotten an email. I believe I sent it out through the system so that it looks like it's an individual email, but it went out to the group. And Lisa, you're with Two Rivers, right? And, okay, then, so the staffing report survey, DHS is asking for this information. My gut feeling on that is that they want to try to incorporate the staffing report option into their any plans that they move forward with. But if we all respond negatively to that, then they're never going to go back to it. So if you did use it, please make sure that you put a comment in there somewhere that one of the no's or whatever, that you are a CBO and you did like it. Because I forgot to ask the question whether you were a CBO or a DHS, and we sent it out to both. So many of the answers that I'm seeing, I can tell whether they are DHS or CBO, so that is easy enough for me to tell. But please try to fill that out. Grant program ended. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this and talking about this. All customers need to be marked as completed or did not complete by March 31st, unless you know that they're getting a job. If they get a job after March 31st, you still have access to the system. You can go back in and change their completion status so that you can get the credit for the employment. If they're moving on to a WIOA or other grant sources for education, you would mark them as continuing in higher education, and then you would need to upload that document as well. Otherwise, they need to be marked as did not complete, grant program ended, and you need to upload a 2151A for all of those customers marked as complete. DHS will be continuing to update eligibility statuses. So if you don't have them marked, then I will see who didn't get them marked, and I'll be screaming at you in my sleep. But the whole purpose here is so that we keep this dashboard clean after we're all done. And then all EPIC funding ends March 31st, 2019. You may continue to track customers' progress for performance reporting, but you cannot bill anything to the grant after March 31st. So Tammy, do you want to expand upon that?
No, it's just that this is when your grant ends, the closeout process will be starting. So you'll get the report deliverable schedule is going to change based on us extending this one extra month. So you're going to have another report that's going to be due on 4/30, and that'll incorporate January, February, and March, and it'll be a financial report that's supported by your trial balance, and it'll be your program periodical performance report. And then that's just going to be supported by the benchmark report. So that's going to be on 4:30. And then on 5:30 is when the final is due. Now, if you could have everything done by 4:30 and you want that to be your final report, that's completely fine. You just have to mark the box that this is the final report, and then we'll upload that for both of those dates. But then you do have until 5:30 to do the final closeout on the grant. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. We're changing all of that in our e-grant systems now, and you'll get your grants and then a report deliverable schedule, I think, was sent out to you with those change dates on it. But just mark those down. 4:30 is the date that the next one's going to be due for the first quarter, January, February, March. And then 5:30 is the closeout report. Does anybody have any questions on any of that? But all costs incurred, the grant ends on March 31st, so all of your costs incurred or have to be done by then. And then I hope everybody, this extra month was just basically for closeout purposes. So it was to do the last staffing. It was to complete, which is due here on the 28th. If you want to get those in earlier, that's great too. But you have your last cost study report that's due. So that needs to come into me, and then I'll get that uploaded for Kelly. And she may have a few questions on that final one too that could run into could run into the April also. But so you need to make sure you get that into me by the due date, which is the 28th. And then the closeout processes. So all customer activity was done at the end of February. So this month was just basically for you guys to get the cleanup that we've been asking you to do. They're adding the support services dollars. Making sure all the customers are moved through the dashboard and they were completing customers. Does anybody have any questions regarding closing out of this project? There is a final report that DHS and DCO is putting together for FNS as far as results, and it's going to be the things that worked, the things that didn't work, the things that we'd like to see maybe changed if we were to do this again. If we were doing another project, what would make another pilot project maybe a little easier or better as far as, from the FNS side too. So we're going to get that together. We have 90 days, to get that reported into them. So we'll probably end up, if you guys are interested, we could share that with you guys once we get that put all together also. But the hope is that some of the results that we're going to get from all of this will be incorporated into potential some future projects that are going to be coming down the pike. Anything on that? Let me look in the chat here.
I'm looking in the chat. I'm seeing that Judith and Bill from Phalanx, Judith from A Safe Haven and Bill from Phalanx needs time for the supportive services. Carmen from National Able Instituto, Two Rivers needs a benchmark, and A Safe Haven wants a new benchmark. Anybody else that needs a new benchmark report? All right. All right, so then, because this—
And I do want to mention, I don't know if Inspiration's on the phone. They're one that we did not extend the grant, so that their grant dates will be the same as what's in their current contract. So I just wanted to, if somebody on the phone is from Inspiration, they need to follow their current grant reporting schedule.
All right, I got you, Liz. All right. Tri-County, do you want a new benchmark? Oh, yes, because Lorraine told me you wanted that. Okay, so I'll get that one too. All right. And all right. And then did everybody type into the chat your agency and where you're from so that I can get the top? Well, actually, if you're on the call, I've got 2 people from A Safe Haven. Do I have anybody from Albany Park? Speak up. SPUL. All right, and then Asian Human Services, anybody from there? Unmute yourself. Anybody from Catholic Charities? Lisa, I took care of all of those. I took care of all the 2151As because I had asked you to do that. That's no longer needed to be done that way. So I took care of all of the ones of the people that had no longer appropriate for services. Those are all fixed. So, okay. Anybody else? I got Abram and Vaughn from Central States. Homework Hangout is having a visit today from Senator Durbin. So they are not on the call. So I hope they're,
Yay, they were awarded a grant from Department of Labor. So yeah, they're presenting that to them today.
Very nice. All right, and I don't have anybody from Instituto. I've got one person from...
Yeah, Instituto, Inspiration we don't have.
Inspiration, I don't have anybody. So I've got somebody from Instituto. I've got Liz at least from JARC. Anybody from Leslie Bates? And I've got...
You have Carmen from National Label.
All right. And I don't think I saw anybody from North Lawndale. I saw Krishina from OAI. I know Bill and Loris are both on from Phalanx. I saw Larry from Springfield Urban League, and okay, so I got 2 from Springfield Urban League. Only 1 from Tri-County, or anybody else? Josephine, are you the only one on there? And then 2 from Two Rivers, because I had Lisa and Jeremy. All right, this is your last chance, folks, to ask a question that might be good for everybody else. So if you want to open up your microphone, if you've got any questions.
I just want to comment that I appreciate everything everybody's done on this program. It's been, a long 3 years, going on 4 years now. We've learned a lot from it, and there's a lot to take away from this. There's a lot I wish we could have done with the program, as far as especially on you guys' side with training and some other opportunities. But it's been good. It's definitely been a learning experience for me, and learning DHS policy for one. But it's been a good experience. And like I said, I think there's a lot of takeaways that we're going to be using for future programming purposes. And we have been already. We've been using a lot of the information that we've learned from this, and like our youth career pathways that we're working on, and in transitioning and like the system itself, and the WorkNet system and program operations. So we just really appreciate all your work and everything you guys have done.
Yeah.
The evaluation will be on our numbers. We are going to do one data dump from IDEF to look at the wage data and do a comparison with that for all of the treatment group and the new cohort people. And then once again, the evaluation team is using all of the data systems. They're using our IDES and the DHS data and, federal data systems to really evaluate how this program did. So, but we really appreciate all your work.
And Deidre says, I appreciate all of you also.
Oh, and Deidre's been amazing. She's been our rock at DHS. So she's definitely been the mainstay for us over there and keeping this program working in DHS. So Deidre, thank you.
All right. Well, and thanks to Tammy too, because she's kept all of this money stuff that I'm just really glad I didn't have to deal with that. And kept track of policy and everybody that was going on everywhere. So thank you, Tammy.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Dee and Olivia and Natasha. Like I said, it's a team effort. I mean, it's, like I say, it takes a village, and it does. It takes everybody to play their part to make something, work and work effectively. So, okay. Well, Dee, do you have anything else to add?
No,
Besides tears?
Yeah, I think I'm done. So I hope everybody has a wonderful spring and summer, and blessings to everybody. And hopefully everything goes well moving forward.
Have a great afternoon. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.